Who you become is way more important than who you are right now. It's way more important than the money you can make. I talk to a lot of salespeople and I'm talking about customer experience and customer service, and they're like, well, teach me how to sell. Teach me how to sell. I'm like, let me teach you something. Listen, you learning how to treat people so you can create a brand that'll be around forever, that's what you're after. Guys, sales is a transfer emotion. Sales is a relationship. The person that can create the most friends wins. Guys, your competition right now, they're not training, they're not growing, they're not getting better. So let me explain why I'm training, guys. 5 years ago, I was training with Andy. I was growing my mindset, man. I wanted to be somebody. I wanted to be somebody that my family is like, that is the dude. That's the bloodline breaker. That's the game changer. This guy is crazy. He changed our whole bloodline, okay? But I also already had kind of a bloodline breaker. I had a grandfather that may not have made a lot of money, but my grandfather gave me some amazing habits. And my grandfather wanted to win. And my grandfather always gave back to people. When he walked into somewhere, he always added respect and value. The highest form of gratitude you can have is giving back some other people some good energy. And when you give them other good energy, what happens to you? You feel more positive. You feel alive. The reason why I trained is I wanted to have a sharp mentality. I wanted to, when life came at me and people died, I didn't want to break. I didn't want to go back to zero. I didn't want to restart my life every 2 years like I see in the car business happening with everybody. Okay? I didn't want that. I wanted a life that I could be proud of. And if you want a life that you can really be proud of, there's always another level to your life. There's always another level to your mentality. 5 years ago, I remember I'm training every single day. And there's a moment in my life where I think, man, the worst day of my life is gonna be when my grandfather dies. My grandma calls me on a Saturday. I got 11 appointments. And my grandma tells me that my grandfather dies. I'm out back crying. I'm emotional. I'm sad. I'm hurt. I'm down. And you know what my grandma tells me? And I said, I'm gonna be right over. I'm heading over to your house. And she goes, you're not built like that. She goes, you're built to stay in the game. You're built over the last few years of you training and growing. You're not built to fall apart. You're gonna stay there. You're gonna do the work. And then after, you're gonna come home with results. That's what my grandma told me. I don't care if it's right. I don't care if it's wrong. But in that moment, I got a chance to prove to myself who I was. I got a chance. What she gave me right there was a chance to look in the mirror and say, man, I'm not falling apart. I'm going in here to sell. I sold 9 cars that day. It was the biggest day of my life. The worst day was my best day of my life. You know why? Hey, it's the Macklin Twins. Thanks for watching the video. If you want the free mentality blueprint, it'll teach you how to be strong, bulletproof in your mentality. Go ahead and text 480-780-2203. Again, 480-780-2203. We'll text it right over to you. Let's get back to the video. Text us, let's go. Because I had developed something that became something extremely special, and it became security within myself. A lot of people are looking for security in their cars, in their houses, in this, in a girl, in your relationship. Guys, I'll be honest with you. I got a very great fiance. She's amazing, but I don't take any security in anything else other than my skill set, my mentality, and who I am. I'm very secure. If something happened to my wife, I would miss a beat. I would be very sad. I love her a lot, but I have so much security in me that my drive is insane. I'm going forward. You know why? Because over the years, no matter what happens in my life, you're gonna face adversity. And you know what you're gonna have to do? You're gonna have to show up to work like it's the best day of your life. Or you can show up with no energy, no passion, no drive, and you become 50 years old, cynical, dead inside, unhappy, negative by yourself. Some of you guys are focused right now on just selling. I get it, man, but you're not focused on training. Don't get it, because 3 years from now, 5 years from now, you're gonna have a handshake with somebody that could change your entire life forever. The $1 million handshake, the general manager handshake. But you're so concerned with just bullshit in your life that you're not training to become this person. Who you become is way more important than who you are right now. It's way more important than the money you can make. I talk to a lot of salespeople and I'm talking about customer experience and customer service, and they're like, well, teach me how to sell. Teach me how to sell. I'm like, let me teach you something. Listen, you learning how to treat people so you can create a brand that'll be around forever, that's what you're after. Guys, I was the best at caring. I was the best at giving love to these customers. I was the best at giving love to my team. I was the best at transferring energy to everybody around me. But make no mistake about it. Some people think that they're training just to sell cars. You're training so you have a sharp mindset and you don't fall apart when that hard that day comes when your mom gets killed in a car wreck and now you got to take care of your whole family. You're training for that day when your partner in business dies and then you got to step up. You're training for that day when something happens, man. My uncle had a baby and had a wife. The ex-boyfriend was jealous and he came in and shot my uncle 7 times. And you're like, Ian, what does this have to do with sales? Everything, man. You know what my grandfather was able to do? He was able to take the experiences of life and still remain grateful. He was able to take those adversities and fuel those things into his passions and into his drives and not break apart. So why are we training today? I'm gonna tell you, because you have a level 10 earning opportunity and it's not today. It's 3 years from now. It's 5 years from now. You got a level 7 earning opportunity today. You got a level 50 earning opportunity if you can realize that, bro, don't sell your dreams out. A lot of you thought you could be an astronaut or this or that or that. Now you're like, well, I'm just a car salesman. You're just a what? Man, I was like, dude, I'm gonna own 10 stores one day. I'm gonna own 15 stores, bro. They don't know what I'm capable of. I got dreams, bro. The number one thing that you're gonna have in your life is belief. If you got a level 3 belief right now, you earn a level 3 money. If you got a level 10 belief right now, you earn a level 10 money. If you got a level 20 belief, you run the company. The higher your belief goes, the better your family is. How do you gain belief? Well, has a lot to do with your look, has a lot to do with the way you take care of yourself, has a lot to do with the way you take care of your customers. People don't think belief is tied to customer service. I'm like, what? Guys, have you guys ever been in a restaurant and you walk in and you look at the person and they just don't care? I walk into most places and I can tell I don't want to be there. What is the vibe of VI drives? That's what I want to know. Do you guys really want to win? Do you want to go from selling 100 to 200? Do you want to go to where you're making $2,000 and you go to $8,000? Well, listen, dude, it's going to take more energy. It's going to take more dream. It's going to take more belief. It's going to take more frequency. Today, you get a perspective of whatever you want to choose. You could choose to see all of the opportunity that you have. You could choose to see the energy that you could have. You could choose to see the gold under your feet, or you could choose to not. You got to be the reason why people don't quit, man, around you, in your families, everything. When you're grateful, fear disappears and abundance appears. What do you see today? Do you see the ability to go out there and win the day? Do you see the problems that you have? Or do you see like, oh man, I don't got this? Or do you say, oh, man, I got this car business, man. I got a job today. I got an opportunity today. Man, I used to go Facebook Live and I'd be driving 100 miles an hour down the road and I'd be like, dude, I'm driving 100 miles an hour down the road because I'm about to serve these customers. They've never seen anything like this. When they get around me, they're never gonna feel the feeling that I make them feel. Sales is a transfer emotion. Sales is a relationship. The person that can create the most friends wins. Does your frequency look like you create friends? Does your eye contact look like you create friends? When I get next to you, do I feel more powerful next to you or do I feel down about myself? Your joy is your ability to be grateful. Your joy is your happiness. Why are we talking about this in sales training? Because if you don't have this joy, man, people can sense it. Can you guys sense joy on people? Can you guys smell it? Is it like a feeling? Is it like in the air? Have you guys ever walked into a restaurant and this girl was just doing such a good job, you felt like you owed her a bigger tip? You're like, oh man, I gotta give this girl an extra 30, 40, 50 bucks. Like, oh my God. Here's the difference between winners and losers. It doesn't matter if you don't have results. That doesn't make you a loser. What makes you a winner is you hear some new information and you have a new behavior. And that's called intelligence. I hear something, I change. That's intelligence. So if you're not winning right now, do more. Get creative, think different, get some progress in your mind. But also, here's the last thing I'm gonna say. You guys gotta decide who you wanna be, an amateur or a pro. An amateur, they're gonna find problems, they're not gonna find solutions. Pros, they're gonna get creative, they're gonna have good energy, they're gonna have a great mindset, and they're gonna go to the next level. So thank you guys, I appreciate you guys. Go out there and kill it. Life is what you decide. It's 100% perspective. And so my perspective is I'm gonna dominate and I'm gonna go out there and get it. So I hope you guys do too, and we'll talk soon. Peace out.